Yeah, I feel inspired today. I feel like, oh yeah. So I was not in the right mindset to do this. Heck no. So now, since I'm like all fired up and I feel like all these situations that I, you know, fall under, it give me a new perspective. Okay, I feel like if I don't do this, I won't reach Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor. Ah! Yes, so here's the thing. Thank you so much for that, Nancy. Thank you so much. It helped me to realize that I still have it in me. Yes, thank you. But thank you so much, guys, for supporting me, and I'm grateful for that. But here's today. I'm gonna do something. So I changed a little bit since I talk about this. I changed a little bit from my room, and it's focusing on simplicity. I think that I think for me, I was going to the store and I was thinking that book was a way. So I think that the reason why I read so much is to catch up, right? Because since I got kicked out of high school, I didn't catch up with education, and education is very important to the degree that it determines where you're going to go, who you're going to become, and who you aspire to be, right? Most often time, when we get into a depression or tragedy or obstacle, mind you, life. See, this is the thing. When we were a kid, because I'm talking about two basic books that we should all read or listen to, whatever that is. If you don't like reading, that's okay. You can watch this video, talk about it. Think and Grow Rich and Robert Greene by Mastery, right? Because when it comes to the fundamental, it's building that skill set to be able to become second nature. It's like when you're punching, it's become second nature, right? Anyway, yeah, it's a punching bag. But here's the thing. I'm getting toward the young ones, and the middle, where we talk about millennials, and the older generation, because they have. So you will, in every area of your life, we will feel lost at some time, even though we feel like sometimes if. Some people say whether your goals are unrealistic or realistic, but that's up to you, right? I do not, I wanted to, the only reason that I do these things so I can see something that wasn't there before is that, can I make this happen? That is the mindset that we must go through. Can you make this happen for you? And will this mentality take you somewhere that you never thought that would take you? A year ago, I thought, I would never thought that I accomplished an interview with every individual amazing people on this YouTube channel. And I was like, I'm still grateful even if I was having my hard time, right? Even if I fall. When you fall, it's okay to stay there, but it's not okay to stay there for a long time. It's when you get up and rise like a phoenix and you go, hey, I do not want my life to end looking back and say I have not accomplished what I meant to accomplish. And that's the vision that I have held. A vision is a held thought where you're going to go. So let's talk about this. If you're young, if you do not know what to do, look at a whole range of things, right? Because this is the unfortunate things that we have not taught and given to a child or a human being. It is that where are you going to go? Who are you going to be? Who are you going to become? Who you inspired to be? Are you going to become a superhero? Or are you going to diverge into a direction that's not really your highest self or your best version of yourself? Who you're going to become? That is the message that every single person that trying to get us. Who are you going to become? Mind you, when you read these type of things and set goals and or a vision, people don't understand that when you set these type of vision, you will have obstacle. And people say, oh, you'll be disappointed. It doesn't matter whether you are disappointed or not. It's when if you don't set that goal, who will? Who will set that goal for you? Who will live your dream for you? Now, most say don't aim high. Yes, here's about thing about high or setting your goals or your dreams. If you don't set that goal of what you want to see happen, then who will accomplish your vision? Who will? Who will do it? No one will. And I was realizing that not everybody had to be like everybody else, of course. But if you die with your music within you, if you die with your hopes and dreams within you, then you will fade away. Your dreams will fade away in back of your mind. It will call you on the your deathbed, waking you up and say, I sit with regrets. A lot of people have lots of regrets. And for you, whether you have a 9-to-5 job, then work that 9-to-5 job, but then put in the hours to work on your dream. And yes, you can get a little sidetrack, but it's those moments, every time I have a breakdown or like people believe that breakdown or hard time or hard shift, or you should try to get out of it. But I notice every time that I get into it, something amazing happens. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? Good things are about to happen for me. Because every time a low dip happened for me, a high dip happened. Because I noticed every phase of my life, every time that I went to these type of things, every time that I went into chaos or something happened in my life internally, something always pushed me forward. And good things begin to happen for me. I don't know why that is. This universe is complex, of course. People say it's the law of attraction or something. It's for your growth. I believe that. I remember there was this guy who I want to interview, and I look up to him, and I will interview him. Actually, I will interview most of the people I want to interview. But he said this: the best time that he had was the worst time he had. Why? Because that's where you learn the most. I learned a lot from my hard time. And so I took everything. See, I was thinking about the book has its time. I will still be reading. Right? You should be continuing education. Education is the way to see the future. Because if you don't have these because you will have ideas and program that's opinions that will be programmed into you if you don't train and educate your mind to see things if you don't have input thinking go rich, then you will be implement with limitation of your mind, your conditioning and your belief in the people that you're surrounded by, because they are limiting you in your potential to achieve greater. Now, I simplify the books that I'm going to read over and over, because it's better that you read books over and over again, not one or two, but the things that life or school or some school should teach you. Now, I'm not knocking on school or teacher. They're amazing people, right? But I wish that it gave me the tools that I didn't have. Whether you don't have the skill that you have, you can get that. You can read that. You can build skills over time, right? And so, mastery, it's about doing the thing that you don't want to do. And I gotta relearn the language, right? Because I have learned language a little bit, but I got off of it because I have a situation where my old ex came into my life and I stopped learning Japanese. I was learning Japanese a lot, but I fall off the wagon, so I'm redoing that. It's good because I thought, oh, I lost all the Japanese words, right? No, it's still in my subconscious mind. When I learn, because you need exposure to learn languages too. I mean, I learned wakarimasu, what was it called? I can't remember. You know, all the word like moto oi. I can't even say moto uh, moto ite kudasai. Please say it again or something like that. I think I said that a while back. Anyway, I think I'm saying it wrong. But you're relearning, and it's okay to fall off. Go back again, retrain. And that's what I want. Like, when you feel lost and when you feel like you fall off the wagon, you can get back on. Life is never finished. Life is never done. Your life is never finished or done, right? And that's oftentimes we forget. If you're young or old or in the middle, your life is never finished. We think it is because we're getting older. We think that we're running out of time. We're only running out of time if we're doing things that aren't really to us our highest good. If we, for instance, I was listening to Earl Nightingale. He said, "I have a lifetime to win, and I have we have an infinite time to win. We have infinite time to love. We have an infinite time to build skills. But however, you have a small window of opportunity to be able to live your life." Well, while Gary Vee, he wanted to help the 40-year-old to live their dream again, to keep going when times get tough, to keep going when nobody sees you. Or actually, the only reason that I create videos when I have hard time too, because I wanted to make people see that you will have hard time. Some people have harder than others. I have a book here that I want to read because her life is much harder than mine is. So I want to be able to read that, to be able to like, you know what? If she can get through this, I can get it through. She lived in North Korea. She got out of North Korea, right? I mean, and her situation was really bad and worse than mine is. And I'm just dealing with this crap, right? So I had to mentally prepare myself with that. Two, I think that oftentimes I can't remember. When we don't know what to do, we have to go back to the vision that we saw going ahead. Me, myself, I have a vision what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to interview people that I dream of interviewing. I wrote down a goal that I want to interview this person, and I look up to him for YouTube, how to do YouTube, and holy crap, it came true. But it's not by happenstance, or it's by having a vision, and it's by sticking to that vision until you accomplish it. And yes, you will have hard time. Most of the time I don't want to do interviews, man. Like, I was having the hardest time, but I still do it because I rather put out the material. Okay, I remember now. The only reason why I talk about hard time and people don't share, I think you should share your hard time. But I can't get into that hard time until I feel comfortable enough. But I did have a really hard time. The only reason, because The Secret talks about all the amazing things, but it doesn't talk about when you have a goal and aim and a dream, that you're going to deal with circumstances and obstacles in the way of your achieving that. And it's great that they say that, and it inspires millions of people to live their dream life. However, if they don't because the eternal obstacle is inside of you, and you have to face that fear, the critical moments, and you must face that. Anyway, I think that what I want to say. So, mastery is about whether, there's, what was it? I'm looking. I tab it in. Key to mastery, they have the apprentice praise, the third step to, or modes, deep observation, the passive mode, the practice mode. You have to acquire skills, and you gotta practice it, and it becomes second nature. In the active mode, the experimentation. Your life is about experimentation. You gotta become a mad scientist. You gotta be curious. You have to not let the outside world reduce your dream and turn it into ashes, and it burns. You have to rise out of the ashes and become a phoenix and fly. That's what I have learned. But I'm even if I think that I'm still gonna go through a tougher time, even if I create a YouTube channel. But I still have a vision who I'm gonna interview. Okay, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, because I will be doing interviews and book reviews. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.